So guys, this is what we're going to be making today. So if you'd like to see more on this channel, I would like you to subscribe and give my video a thumbs up. That's such a beautiful sleeve right there. You can go ahead to add an S-stay to make it thick. That's my mistake, I didn't add an S-stay, but please go ahead and add one to yours. So I have my fabric on fold. There's a midpoint right here. So I had already cut out 17.5 inches in length. So the length of my sleeve is 16.5. I added extra 1 inch allowance. So I went ahead to measure 16 inches for the width of the fabric. Since it's on fold, you multiply it by 2, you have 32. So the overall width of the fabric is going to be 32. That's what I'm going to cut out. You also mark out the 16 inches on that point, so you link the dots together. Once you're done doing that, you want to go out by 3 inches on one side of the folded fabric. You go out by 3 inches and then you link it like that, like this. Once you're done doing that, you want to also come in by 4 inches on the other side like this, and then you also link like you did for the first one. You're trying to create a curve on the both edges. So you again go out by 1 inch inside the measurements that you have. You go in by 1 inch. You're trying to create slant. The essence of the slant is just to give the sleeve that slanted look. Once you're done cutting, you nudge at the middle of the sleeve, you just cut out. So after this, I went ahead to cut. I wasn't satisfied with the curve I got on the first part, so I went ahead to curve it a little bit more. So this curved part is going to be to the shoulder of the blouse. The sleeve of my client is 12 inches. 12 inches on fold is 6. That's 12 divided by 2, 6. I'm going to be adding extra 2 inch allowance to make it 8. So that's what I'm trying to measure. So follow me carefully. If you don't understand what I'm doing, just look at me. So I went ahead to measure 8. That's an excess of extra 2 inch allowance. So I further went ahead and I added extra ½ inch allowance. So I'm going to be marking out the shape of this sleeve on my lining piece like I'm doing right now. So once you're done, I want to reduce the sleeve on the lining by 4 inches. Please, if you don't understand me, just follow what I'm doing. I think by looking at it, you're going to understand. So I reduce the sleeve by 4 inches and then I mark. So you link up these points together like this, then you cut out. Once you're done cutting, this is what it looks like on fold. This is it. You can see that there's a different shape of lining from the shape of the sleeve. So I went ahead and I ran a gather stitch on the edge of one of the sleeve. So I'm going to make them in together. So once I was done with my gathers, this is what it looks like. So I'll spread the lining, then I'll put the gathered part on the smaller side of the lining. Just watch me carefully or follow what I am doing. I think you will understand it better. You try to now adjust the gather to fit in with the shape of the lining that you have, so that one is no longer than the other or shorter than the other. Please take your time to adjust these gathers. Take your time. Use pin to hold them down. Once you're done, you sew on this edge. We are done sewing. This is what it looks like. So you further fold it into 2 right sides facing each other. So this point where I'm pinning all the way is the point I'm going to be sewing on. So I'm sewing ½ inch from that point down to this point. You take the measurement of the sleeve. So my client sleeve is 12. I'm going to measure the 12 there. Whatever I have, I'm going to sew all the way there. Once you are done sewing, this is what it looks like. So go ahead and iron it down. Then you flip over. So at this point also you want to take your time to adjust to make sure that the lining and the fabric, it's all well aligned. Once you're done adjusting, you sew around here. I'm going to be making some pleats afterwards like this. So after sewing, this is what I've done with the first sleeve. I've joined it to the blouse. This is what it looks like. So that's what I'm going to do for the second one. There's a midpoint on this sleeve. I'm going to attach it to the midpoint on the armhole. After joining the armhole, the front piece and the back piece together, that line, I'm going to also attach it to the line on the sleeve as the midpoint together. So I'm pinning it down. If you don't understand, please look at what I'm doing. So I'm trying to hold them down before sewing it, before stitching on it. That's the midpoint of the sleeve right there. I will attach to the midpoint of the blouse. And the midpoint of the blouse at this armhole point is the shoulder. Go ahead, take your time and adjust all of these points together. Keep adjusting. You would notice that the sleeve is bigger than the armhole, than the space for the armhole. It is like that because we're going to be making some pleats on the shoulder. So just watch what I'm doing. I'm trying to form some pleats on the shoulder parts. Trying to form some pleats there. After forming it, you sew on it. Then you go to the other side, you also form the same pleats down. Then you sew all the way there. Trying to form pleats. Once you are done, this is what it should look like.